Hello, welcome. Today is day 35 of the 75-day Spirit Baby Devotional, and I am Jezreel, the Spirit Baby Auntie. And I don't even know what to talk about today, truly. I did pull some cards. 3 cards from Black Tarot deck. I have the Hierophant, the Strength, and the Sun. And whenever I receive the Hierophant card, it makes me think of going in one's own direction and choosing to walk one's own path to the beat of your own drum. And when it comes to spirit babies and just becoming a mom in general, there is this innate wisdom or just innate intuition that you hold to embrace it how you want to embrace it. And sometimes it's as simple as choosing to breastfeed instead of formula feed, choosing to pump instead of exclusively breastfeeding, choosing to cloth diaper instead of disposable diapers, or choosing to do elimination communication altogether instead of any diapering. And allowing your baby to be naked, like, just like a baby who, I don't know much about elimination communication. I definitely plan to do more research on that, especially because it just came up. And maybe you're familiar with it. Maybe it's something you've been thinking about as you sit with your partner, your husband, your spouse, the other members of the parental care staff that will help you in, just the journey of motherhood, parenthood, once your spirit baby has come earthside. And I like the Sun card in the Black Tarot deck because it's a couple. I guess I wrote on here. It's a couple and she's pregnant. And it is said that the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. And it's making me think of happily ever after. And one of the things, I guess like a little story of mine, is when I got married, I told a few people knew I was getting married because I was changing my life. After getting married, I was moving and I was doing things, but it was about me and my husband. And we didn't have a big wedding. We eloped. And we were married for maybe a year and a half before we had children. And that is different than both of our lineages. And it's simple to some, especially when you're in the family way. But for us, it was big and it was special. And it took a lot of strength to honor it, to not get inside my head, to not listen to external conversations, to be so radically in love with my happily ever after that my happily ever forever, because I don't really know what the after is there for. And I had a channel yesterday about Disney movies, so maybe Disney movies are significant to you. I'm also thinking about the show Once Upon a Time. If you have Disney Plus, it's on there. I don't know what other platform streams it, but it's making me think of just, the protagonist. And, well, I guess just the term happily ever after, true love's first kiss. you know how it goes. That's just what came through. I don't really have anything directly with that. And with the protagonist, I'm thinking about Regina, um, Henry, and what was her name? I can't think of the actual Emma. I think it was Emma. Snow White's daughter. And then Snow White and Prince Charming's whole love story. Oh, that was such a, just like a, it was an emotional roller coaster of a show too, but it was definitely a comfort show for me. So check that out. Maybe there's a message in there for you, especially if you like watching TV. Um, And on this card, I have the sun will come out tomorrow. We're only a day away. And I have simplicity, invest in yourself and in your womb. The Strength card and the Hierophant card. Sometimes it's also very expansive, or it takes a lot of strength to, block out all the noise, especially when you're approaching your due date and you are programming your mind to be clear, and so you can get out of your mind honestly and into your body. And when there's just so much going on up here, and that tends to happen when you're, changing shit, making shit different than how you were raised and how you came up in life. And there is unsolicited advice because everybody and their mamas have been pregnant before, and there's so much that you can take in, and there's also so much beauty in using discernment as to what you do take in, because truthfully, your internal compass is what matters. And when I'm thinking of the phrase that I wrote on here, invest in yourself and into your womb, maybe it's time to think about those things. I didn't personally enjoy receiving unsolicited advice while I was pregnant, but I also didn't take the time on my side, like in my free time, to actually get clear on what it is that I wanted, get clear on what it is that I believed. What are your beliefs? What are your beliefs around birth? I'm thinking of the phrasing, reprogramming your subconscious mind. I just sent a mother I hope to support in a few months for her birth, the Natural Birth Podcast. And my reason for that is sometimes we don't know what we subconsciously have associated with birth, as especially first-time parents. We just know that we have to go birth those babies, and there's just so much more to it, and there's just so much beauty in listening to a woman discuss her birth. Storytelling is how we commune together, how we love on one another, how we truly witness the sacred that is the human experience. And as a woman, especially a woman who's never given birth before, if that is you, listening to another woman give birth, there's wisdom, and that birth story will walk with you when you are in your birthing portal. It's making me think of Hollywood, and I was just talking to my mom about propaganda, but there was no context, so she probably thought I was crazy. But that's that thing about breaking out of those limitations and learning new shit. Like, everything that I talk about, everything that is in my day-to-day life is new to the life that I used to live when I still lived with my mom. So we were talking the other day about propaganda and just how movies themselves I call all movies propaganda, but that's just because I'm not a movie watcher anymore. And a lot of the things that I watched programmed me as a young child, and it shaped how I felt like the world was. It shaped my worldview. And when you think about the way the mind, the way your eyes, and the way you process things that you watch, you ingest. When you watch things, you are ingesting, you are consuming. You have to think about the integration process after that. And there's nothing wrong with consuming at all, because that's just what we do as people. It's what we do as humans. And one of the beautiful things to do, especially as a pregnant person, as a person who desires to be pregnant someday and birth their baby someday, is to witness, lay your hands down, your head down, and listen to the story of women who have walked the path of birthing their child, of going into that liminal space that is transition, that is just letting go of the thinking mind and really giving to the physical, giving to the body, embodying yourself when your body takes over, because your body knows how to birth, and this sometimes gets in the way. To be in that, one of a cheat code, I guess. I don't even want to call it a cheat code. It's just listening to other women's birth stories, falling in love with the magical act that is birth. Birth is so special. Birth is so monumental. And there is just so much magic in, what is it, secondhand oxytocin that you receive when you witness a woman give birth. Or, I mean, that's if you're watching birth videos, which I suggest doing that too. I do suggest doing that too. But definitely start by hearing a woman recount. A woman is going into her memory, telling the story from her perspective of her womb opening after carrying life, nurturing, growing, and carrying life for 10 months, 10 moons. It's really so much magic in that. Yeah, I believe that is all I have today. I'm going to put the Natural Birth Podcast in the description below. Yeah, so if you are looking for a doula, hi! I would love to be your doula. I am the Spirit Baby Auntie, so things get a little witchy. If that's your vibe, let's click the Candidly link and let's book our discovery call. And I have a new ebook, and it is titled Held While You Bloom. It is free. It is in the description box below. Click that link and get your copy. It is a guide for slowing down and really anchoring into what it means to be held while you're pregnant. If you're someone who doesn't even know what that means, or is so used to just carrying everything alone and wondering how that you can be held differently, or how you can hold yourself differently, or even just the reminder of what it means to be held, because you're going to hold a baby in a couple months. So how do you hold the woman that you are, the woman that you're blooming into? I would like for you to go ahead and download your copy. Click the link in the description. Download your copy and explore. Okay, that's all. So much love. Thank you for being here. Till next time tomorrow on day 36.